Salute Raider Nation. It's go time. Salute to everyone pulling up. I'm your host, Raider Ed, part of Raiders Primos. Today we got real Raiders talk, and it is going to be joint practice edition as we wrap up joint practices with 49ers earlier today in the morning. And we are going to do a recap of the joint practices. Salute to Sean Johnson already pulling up. Salute to all you guys pulling up on the way in. If you guys haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like on the way in, and also hit the bell so you guys can be notified when we go live and when we drop some future videos. Sean John says, salute Primos, a lot to get into. Wow, this feels different. Cannot recall the things that's going on. Is it overhyped or is it legit? And we are going to talk about it. For real, we are coming for the NFL. And going against a 49ers team that's coming off of an NFC championship. And the only reason I would say that really wasn't a game, all their quarterbacks got injured. Jimmy Garoppolo injured against the Dolphins. Brock Purdy then got injured against the Eagles. Trey Lance, was out for the season. Josh Johnson got injured during the game. They were down to Christian McCaffrey, and I believe the Niners could have made it a game had Brock Purdy not even been injured. If you got Christian McCaffrey as your, emergency quarterback, it's just not going to be a good day for you. This is arguably one of the top 5, if not top 3 teams going into the 2023 NFL season. I would not be shocked. We see them in the NFC Championship again. I'm not going to be shocked if we see them in a possible Super Bowl. And hopefully, it'll be our Raiders going against them in the Super Bowl. But, of course, we probably not there yet. But we cannot argue, guys, that the 49ers, they are a Super Bowl contending team. As long as they have that defense, that team is going to the playoffs year in and year out. All they have to do is have a really good offense or even a decent enough offense to put points on the board. And as long as that defense continues doing what they're doing, they are going to make noise. Now, I know I'm probably sounding like a Niner fan here, but no. Reason why I say this is because from a Raider standpoint, you want to go against the best of the best. You want to go against top NFL teams. You want to go against top NFL talent, top tackles, top defensive ends, top linebackers. Why do I say that? Max Crosby had one-on-ones against Trent Williams, arguably one of the best tackles in the game. You had our offense going against our offensive line going against their defensive line, having a Javon Hargraves. I know Nick Bosa didn't practice, but they still have an elite defensive line. You have Fred Warner out there in the linebacker position. The Niners defense is arguably going to be one of the top, it's been for some time now, the top 5, top 3 defense in the NFL. So what better way to open up joint practices than with the top NFL, probably NFC team in the NFL. I want to really give my shout out to Sean Johnson, who has really just broken the whole day down for me. He's been helping me. Like I said, we've been planning a lot of live shows for Raiders Primos. I apologize that we haven't been coming out with a lot of content as of late. But yes, I have to, continue working, in the real life. And, work has been taking up a majority of my time. I've been planning, a lot of future shows and been planning with this show. And I couldn't have done it without Sean Johnson. He's broken down, practices after practices for me. And this live today, really give it to Sean Johnson because this man broke it down to where I can discuss it with you guys, and we're going to give our thoughts. We're going to give our opinions. So, guys, like I said, spread the word around. Tell your friend, tell your family. If they're a Niner fan or Raider fan, tell them to hop in because I know everyone's going to want to talk about our joint practice of today. And we're going to start it off with the pressers. And I took some notes on the pressers, but one thing that really stood out to me was Jimmy Garoppolo on the receivers of Hunter Renfrow and Jacoby Myers. He said, you can look into their eyes and you know that they're made out of the right shit. He also talked about, on a question, they asked him that, more of the players like Max Crosby and even on the offense, they say you're the same guy if you throw a 6-yard pass or you throw an interception. Like, you're just the same guy. Like, what goes into that? And Jimmy Garoppolo straight up said, you can't worry about, like, past shit. You gotta move on to the next play. Like, you gotta move on to the next play. You gotta think about the next play. You can't think about what happened. You gotta think about the next play and, make it up. And you know what's funny? Hearing him talk, guys, if you guys did not have a chance to go check out Jimmy Garoppolo's presser, when he said that, he reminded me, and I'm, call me crazy, but he reminded me of Tom Brady. And the reason why I bring that up is because who was he behind when he was with the Patriots? He learned from the best of the best. He learned from the GOAT. He learned from Tom Brady. And that is the mindset that Tom Brady has. He just moves on to the next play. If he throws an interception or he throws a 6-yard pass or a touchdown or a check down, he moves on to the next play because you can't worry about what happened. You got to continue to do your job and move on to the next play. So I love that mindset. Shout out to the numbers for pulling up. So guys, let's continue talking about it. Sean Johnson actually told me, he said, you know what? This is what Sean Johnson was thinking. He said, what if they go into Denver and they make an NFL statement fast and they blow the Broncos out? Now, guys, of course, we're going to dive into that because I actually do want to talk about that because with all the noise that is coming out of the Raiders camp, not even just with the joint practices of today, but just coming out of recent, I've seen all the notes. I've seen our defense has been balling. I did a live, me and Nate did a live, I believe 9 days ago, about talking about training camp. If you guys have not seen that yet, please go check it out. Me and Nate talked about it. And it was mainly that Raider Nation was freaking out over Jimmy Garoppolo and his interception problem in training camp. And we were thinking under the impression that, okay, this defense is not going to be that very good. So Jimmy Garoppolo should not be turning over the football this many times. But when you go into a joint practice against another team that is not your own, and the noise that is coming out of those joint practices is that this defense made it hard on the 49ers offense, Denver, I would be a shooketh if I was the Denver Broncos. Because let's talk about it, nation. You think that the Raiders don't want to come out, especially for this defense, come out against the Denver Broncos and just blow them out and make a statement? Because honestly, you guys, let's think about it. This defense has been trashed for a long, like when it comes to sacks and turnovers, this defense has been trashed. Now, Sean also hit me up with an amazing graph that shows the Raiders actually didn't have a defensive problem dating back to 2003, but had an offensive problem because the defense, as much as they didn't get turnovers or sacks, which I agree, that is also part of what a good NFL defense has, but to also hold teams under 25 points or less and your team is still doing bad, we're going to compare that today. But let's dive into some training camp updates with the 49ers. We had a joint practice today, and we're going to talk about the move the ball session. Jimmy Garoppolo moved the Raiders to 2 first downs and in field goal range against the 49ers first team defense, with completions to wide receiver Jacoby Myers and Hunter Renfrow. The drive ended with a 3rd down incompletion to Davante Adams on a deeper sideline throw. Adams caught it, but couldn't get 2 feet down. After second review, it was still an impressive catch and throw. And you know what's crazy, you guys? Jimmy Garoppolo actually talked about that too. And he said that he missed Davante. They asked him, how is the connection with you and Adams? Is there room for growth, or do you guys feel like you guys are comfortable where you guys are at? And Jimmy Garoppolo said there's a lot of growth that is going on with him and Adams. And he said that he missed them like two or three throws, and he wishes he can make, he had to make it up for it. But that is what practice is for. It is to get in rhythm with your wide receivers. It is to get in chemistry with your wide receivers, because he knows come game time, he doesn't want to miss that. Like here, he knows he doesn't want to miss that type of throw. On a third down, you got to make that. You got to make that throw. Because Adams is one of the best in the game, and he can get 2 feet down if you give him the chance to get 2 feet down. Jimmy's, and also another note, Jimmy's quick release beats his old teammate on back-to-back plays, including a jump ball to Davante Adams, and Adams catches it over 2 defenders easily. Davante Adams was able to split 2 49ers defenders for a touchdown pass thrown by Jimmy Garoppolo. It was a highlight play. So just 4 quick notes on that. And I want to get your guys' thoughts on this, because the thing is, the Jimmy Garoppolo hype is 50-50, pretty split down the middle between Raider Nation. A lot of guys are loving what's come out of camp, that, Jimmy Garoppolo is already showing improvement in the red zone offense. And it even shows here with notes that he is hitting on. He also hit a 20-yard touchdown with Austin Hooper during the joint practice. So the red zone woes look like they could be fixed with Jimmy Garoppolo. Still, again, early, we don't know come the regular season, but it is still split because a lot of people are rooting for the guy down in New Orleans, and they keep hoping that, Jimmy Garoppolo does bad in camp, does bad in games, just because they want their narrative to be right. It was funny because I was in a Raiders group chat, or a group, and there's a video, not going to say whose video, but there's a video of a guy, claims to be a Raider fan, nothing but Saints videos about Derek Carr and John Gruden. You're never going to see that here in Raiders Primos. You're never going to see that here. And I say that because the thing is, I'm a fan of the Raiders. When Jimmy Garoppolo was with the Niners, I was hoping that man would shit the bed every single time he got. I was hoping for interceptions. I was trash talking him. But now that he's a Raider, bro, Jimmy Garoppolo is like the best quarterback in my mind. Like that's what we gotta, we gotta come back to realize it. We're rooting for the Raiders. If Max Crosby does well, the Raiders do well. Jimmy Garoppolo does well, the Raiders do well. Devontae, Jacobs, I can name it. If our players do well, then the Raiders do well. And Raider Nation, ain't that what we want? Because that's what I'm not understanding that. I'm not understanding that you call yourself a fan, but you shit on your team, on the team you root for, and you hope that another team that has nothing to do with you, because you're a fan of said team, you hope they do better than the team that that you root for. Makes no sense. And Raiders Resistance, yeah, bro, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna name names, but it is what it is. It's mind-boggling, because, like, switching it to baseball, I'm a fan of the Boston Red Sox. Basketball, I'm a fan of the Boston Celtics. And it would be crazy if I was like, bro, I love the Boston Red Sox, but yet I hope the Yankees do good. I hope the Yankees go to the playoffs. I hope the Yankees, go to the World Series and win the World Series. Like, what? Like, let's say just because Johnny Damon went to the Yankees, I hope the Yankees do good. Like, no, bro. I hope the Yankees shit the bed still with Johnny Damon. Like, if anyone knows baseball facts, people know the Red Sox and the Yankees are one of the biggest rivals in sports history. But, moving on from that, let's talk about the identity that Sean Johnson has brought up, because it brings on to our next point, our next notes. A good sign that different defensive line players are flashing, from rookie Byron Young with a good Shed and Chase to a veteran like Tillery, who has been on it all day. The Raiders' defensive line tested the 49ers' offensive line with a bunch of 2-on-2 stunts in the drills. Quality stuff across the board. Trent Williams and Aaron Banks held up well on a couple versus Max Crosby's duo. Then Crosby teamed with Jerry Tillery to knock Williams down. A good back and forth battle between Maxx Crosby and Trent Williams. Maxx Crosby beats 49ers tackle Colton McKivitz. After the drill, Max and Trent Williams and McKivitz trading tips and info. It was cool to see. And man, Maxx Crosby said it best, man. He said that you want to go against the best. That like I said earlier, Trent Williams is arguably one of the best offensive tackles in the NFL. And Maxx Crosby said you want to go against guys like him. You want to go against guys that can, you can pick their brain, you can share some tools. You want to get 1% better at your position. And I can learn from Trent. Trent can learn from me. And I love that because it shows that they're not afraid of anybody. You know what, Sean? He talked about it. The identity is that they're going to be confident and they're going to be flying around the ball. And they are going to do, as our brother Graffs always says, this is what our defense is going to do. And I'm wearing this shirt today representing our boy Graphic Raider because that is what I just got from those pressers today from Jimmy Garoppolo and Maxx Crosby and Andre James, is that they're going to be a team that all they're going to do is run their mouth, but they're going to back it up. They're not going to just run their mouth and talk out of their ass. They are going to run their mouth. They're going to get into your head, and they're going to punch you in the mouth, which is funny because that actually literally happened. Let me see if I can find it. I know, Sean, you sent it to me too. Let me see because I want to find that because I know you sent me it. And bro, I started laughing when I read it. Let me see if I can find it. Cause I know you sent it to me. Who was it? They did like a chop to the throat while getting blocked, and shit was hilarious. Bro, Sean, if you could help me out, man, because I'm trying to find it, and man, there's like just so much stuff, man. There's just so much stuff that you sent me, man. Yeah, I'm gonna see if Sean can pull it up because there's just so much. We're getting into a lot of notes, you guys. And yeah, I want him to I want him to bring that up. But yes, let's also give the Niners credit. Here's what they did, and again, a lot of defensive stops because here's what I'm noticing: the Niners were moving the ball down the field, but once they got into field goal range into the red zone, the defense held up. We have a touchdown pass from Purdy. Purdy threw a 4-yard touchdown pass to McCaffrey to cap their opening red zone drive, but he had a pass intercepted on his next series. The grand finale was a 2-minute drill, which featured Purdy moving the 49ers with completions to Jennings on 2 and Deebo Samuel and Ross Dwelley, before a final pass into the end zone felt incomplete to Jennings against double coverage. A sizable chunk of the post-practice media sessions revolved around Purdy's predecessor, Jimmy Garoppolo, to which Brock Purdy expressed a lot of gratitude and said, "In my little time with him last season, it was a way for me to learn a lot from him, and it was a blessing." And it just goes to show that Jimmy Garoppolo is one of the smartest quarterbacks in the NFL. He's going to know how to pick up a blitz, and he's going to get the Raiders in the right play for the right time. Also, in other news, Trey Lance did fumble a handoff to Jeremy McNichols, and he later fumbled a snap errors that weren't necessarily his fault, nor unexpected when he was rotating between the second and third string units. John Feliciano and Nick, I cannot say that last name, Zakaliji, I'm butchering that name like a motherfucker, were the centers on those botched plays. As the 49ers struggle trying to find solid center options behind starter Jake Brendel. Lance, however, got a chance in the 2-minute drill while Sam Darnold did not. Trey Lance moved the 49ers down to the 11-yard line, and a potential third down touchdown pass sailed high past Chris Conley in the end zone after solid coverage by Raiders cornerback. Lance ended with a nice move before tight end Cameron Latou dropped that final throw, a play Shanahan says should have resulted in a touchdown. Darnold's final throw in practice was an incompletion to Tay Martin, leading to a 47-yard field goal from Jake Moody. And honestly, guys, taking a look at the 49ers beat writers, there wasn't a lot of things that was positive for the 49ers. And that's good from the Raiders standpoint, right? Because you got a Raiders defense then at that point that is, balling out on all cylinders. You got, I believe Marcus Peters had an interception and Duke Shelley had an interception. And there's also video of Trayvon Merritt getting an interception. So the Raiders defense had 3 interceptions as a team in the joint practice today. And I love it, man. This is what we've been harping for this Raiders defense is to get more turnovers, get more sacks. Like, yes, they can hold a team to 17 points, 20 points. That is great. But if they get turnovers and sacks, this defense can really take the next step. I still have us at 11-6. I want to go back to Sean Johnson's comment right here. Is it overhyped or is it legit? Sean, I want to say it's legit. At first, I was overhyping this defense just a little bit, because we're seeing the interceptions, we're seeing, the turnovers, the pass breakups, and we're like, man, this is really good defense, but they are going against their own team. So that's where it's like, man, is it our own quarterback? Is it Jimmy Garoppolo really just making dumb decisions out there? Is it our defense? Is our defense just really just being given opportunities? Like, do they actually suck? This is what makes these joint practices so important, because you're going against, like Andre James said in his presser, you're going against another team. You are hitting a guy in a different jersey. It is not your teammate anymore. It is another guy from a different team, and you are allowed to hit him as hard as you want, because, it's practice at the end of the day, but still, it's not your own teammate. So these guys can take more chances when it goes for going for a jump ball, for trying to get after the quarterback. They can take more chances. Now, of course, again, practice, but they have a sense of urgency that is more it is more lifted than a regular practice between themselves. So I would say it's legit. You got this defense causing the 49ers issues on their offense. And it is guys like with the offense that got Brock Purdy, who had a stellar season last season, as we know, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel. Don't know if George Kittle was out there. I'm not a Niner fan, so I don't know what the report was for like who was out there and who wasn't. But this offense don't have scrubs on their first team offense. And you got our first team defense going out there and giving that offense hell. That they are not making it easy. They are breaking up passes. They are getting interceptions. Nation, isn't that what we wanted? And can't we be happy about that, man? Can't we be happy? Can't we be happy about that? You hear Max said, I'm tired of the shit. Bro, that fires me up. Because, and the thing is, a lot of people were bringing up what is Max going to do, that he's in the runner for Defensive Player of the Year. He could get 15 and a half sacks, which I agree. But going based off of Max Crosby's answer, the personal accomplishments, they're nice. They're nice, they're sweet, but he don't give a fuck about all that. He's like, I'm here to win Super Bowl championships. That's all he cares about, is lifting that Lombardi trophy at the end of the season and being called world champs. That's all he cares about. He wants to get to the playoffs, Sean, but he also wants to win a Super Bowl championship. And you cannot ask for a better leader in that locker room. And hold up, I'm about to send this link to this man because I think he about to get back to me. Hold on, you guys. We might have a man. We might have a myth. We might have a legend pulling up. Sending him the link. See if he wants to pull up. But yes, Sean, I heard that and it fires me up because I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting the sense that a lot of these players, Max Crosby, Jimmy Garoppolo, like the leaders, the way they are leading this team is going down to the rookies. It is chips on their shoulder, and it is their duty to themselves, not with media criticizing them, it's themselves criticizing them, that they want to get better every single day. And they want to do things like, it is that do your job mentality. Like, yes, are they becoming the Patriots? I don't give a fuck at this point. Patriots won 6 Super Bowl rings. Like, if the Patriot way gives the Raiders 6 Super Bowl rings in the next 20 years, I'm cool with that. Could you guys imagine the Raiders winning 6 Super Bowls in the next 15 years? Let me ask you guys for a question. If that Patriot way meant the Raiders winning 6 Super Bowls in 15 years, are y'all taking that chance? Or are y'all going to be complaining, is what I should ask. Are you guys going to be complaining? Are you guys going to be complaining that, bro, they bring the Patriot way to Raider Nation? Like, bro, this is a disgrace to Al Davis. This is a disgrace to the Raiders. 6 Super Bowl championships later, are we going to trip about what the Patriot way did for the Raiders? Because that's what I'm hearing. Max Crosby said all we're trying to do when it comes, all I preach to the young guys, to the rookies, is just focus on your job. Focus on what you're doing. Don't think about it. Just react. Go fly to the football. Fly around. Go have fun. Don't think about it. Just do your job. Like, that's what it comes down to. Salute to Menace. Salute to you, man. That's all it comes down to. And I hate bringing him up, but our former quarterback, when he didn't do his job, what did it ended up in? What did it ended up in? It ended up in our offense stalling out, because I guarantee you, go watch Josh McDaniels' offense with the Patriots. They didn't give a fuck if you scored 3 or 10 points. They would score 50, 60 points on you. Josh McDaniels wants to rip your heart out. He wants you going home Sunday night thinking about changing career paths, thinking that football is really for you. Because he wants the Raiders to go out there on Sundays and rip your heart out, make you rethink life. If football is really for you, you look at the scoreboard and you guys are getting your asses blown out 52-10, and you guys are waving the white flag, hoping the Raiders take it easy on you, to where we say, fuck no, we are going to score 70 points if we have to. Until that clock reaches 000, end of the fourth quarter, the Raiders are going to keep scoring, and we're going to love every minute of it while your ass is on the sideline crying, hoping that we just stop scoring. And let's bring the man, the myth, the legend, my primo, Raider Nate is in the building. Salute to you, cousin. How you? I'm fired up today.
You fired up. We fired up. We all fired up.
How you
Like,
doing, man? How you doing?
you know what? You know what? Let's just like go on strike. You know what I'm saying? Just go on strike for every reason possible. Cause why not just be fired up? All right. What's
Yeah,
up?
no, we being fired up, bro. A lot of this came out with this joint practice.
Yeah.
We have questions. We talked about it. Is this Raiders defense legit? You know, this defense has been causing our offense hell in training camp. But now in joint practices, the 49ers offense has struggled against the Raiders defense, throwing 3 interceptions, struggling in the red zone, having to kick field goals. Like, Nate, when you hear shit like this coming from reporters that are there, they're witnessing this.
What's up, chat?
They are witnessing this. Are you buying into the hype that this Raiders defense is different compared to years past?
Man, when there's hype about a defense picking off people in practice, remember we said that nothing matters in practice, whatever, this and that. But everything happens for a reason. And we would be more sad if nothing was happening on the defensive side during a practice.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that something is happening, like nothing was happening on the offensive side in the fourth quarter. Now we might have some. No, put this in better words. Nothing was happening in the red zone ever in the past season. Now we can have something happening. So the fact that he is going down the field, getting 6 on the 49ers on the first drive. That's what I like to see instead of putting a little sprinkled 3-0 lead in the first quarter. Heck yeah. Like what?
Yeah.
Like
For our offense, I agree with you, man. Our offense, the red zone, that's the identity, is the red zone. Like once we get
yeah.
to the red zone, like it's a wrap. We're scoring. Like whether your defense is not going to hold us to 3 points. We're scoring a touchdown, whether you like it or not. We scoring a touchdown
Yeah.
because we got Devon. Like the thing I couldn't wrap my head around is Derek Carr. You have Devontae Adams, you got Josh Jacobs, and you got Mac Hollins, who had a pretty decent season with the Raiders.
Uh-huh.
And yes, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller wasn't in there. It's kind of funny because people switch up that story. I'll get to that in a sec. My thing is, you got weapons, and you can't score in the red zone. You are 28th in scoring in the red zone with weapons like that. It has to come down to you. It has to come down to you. Like people's like, oh, it's Josh McDaniels, it's play calling, bro. We were hearing that with John Gruden. We were hearing that with Del Rio. Oh, it's Del Rio's play calling. It's Gruden's play calling. Like, bro, no, fuck the play calling. There comes to a point where, okay, play calling is only going to hold you back so much. But guys like Brady, guys like Mahomes, guys like Allen, guys like Aaron Rodgers don't give a fuck about what play you call. If they see something better, they're going to switch up the play. So for the people creating the narrative that Josh McDaniels didn't give Carr the freedom to change the play, Jimmy Garoppolo shit on that because in a presser, Jimmy Garoppolo said it's awesome when your head coach gives you the freedom at the line to change the play. So that means Derek Carr had the freedom to change the play at the line, and we were just 28th in the red zone. You know, like
we're like, here you go.
Like, bro, and I'm again not hating on Carr. I'm just like, red zone is where you win football games because there was times where the Raiders defense did get a turnover and they set the Raiders up in the red zone. And the Raiders go and kick a field goal. It is 17-10. You just get the ball back. Your defense gets an interception. You're in the red zone. A stop for that defense, meaning for our opposing. Let's say we're going against the Chiefs, or let's say we're going against the Chiefs, because with the Chiefs you can't kick field goals.
Yeah.
It is a difference of you going up 20-10 and up 24-10 on the Chiefs. Now, don't get me wrong. With the Chiefs, no lead is safe. But touchdowns with the Chiefs, I know Josh McDaniels is preaching this. Touchdowns. Because with the Chiefs, Nate, we say it when we're watching like the Bills play the Chiefs, or we're watching the Bengals play the Chiefs. You cannot kick field goals against the Chiefs. You can't.
Bro, it seems like every time, like when we're so close, we get mad every time we put points on the board because it's only 3. Yeah. Like sometimes, like we just get like, I mean, man,
because 3 is not enough.
Yeah.
3 is not enough. And last year, that Monday night game, Josh McDaniels got heat for going for it on 4th downs, got heat for going 4-2. That, ultimately, if we kick the field goal, we tie the game. The thing is, Josh McDaniels played smart. Because here's why I think he played smart going for 2. You get that, you're relying on your defense to step up. And if your defense, 9 times out of 10, I'll be honest, I see us losing that game if we go for 2. If we actually converted that 2-point conversion. I see us losing that game only because our defense would have, Mahomes was cooking them all night. He would have cooked them in that last minute and 30. I guarantee it. It actually benefited the Raiders that they didn't convert that 2-point conversion. Why? Because the Chiefs went hella conservative. The Chiefs ended up trying to burn the play clock, which actually worked in our benefit because we ended up getting the ball back. And all we needed was a field goal. We get a field goal, we win that game. I want to ask
Crazy.
you this, Nate. You're seeing this stuff come out of camp. Jimmy Garoppolo is making the throws. He's making the throws in the red zone. They're capitalizing when it comes to the red zone drills. He's throwing touchdowns. But getting your offense in a position for a game-winning field goal, Carr couldn't do it. Half of the time he couldn't do it. There was times we needed a field goal to tie or win. He couldn't do it. Do you trust, based on the reports that came out today out of the joint practice, do you have the confidence that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be clutch this season in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarters?
For him to be clutch is a big ask because there's only a little bit of quarterbacks that have that ability in this league. Like the top quarterbacks, you know them. Like I don't need to name them, but I mean,
like guys
he
like
did.
Mahomes, Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, Brady, even though he retired, he made a name out of the, being clutch.
But knowing how calm, Garoppolo actually, like, so many times I heard the 49ers say like he gets too nervous, like he looks around too much, but I don't really like I feel like changing into a new system actually like calmed him cuz I don't know, he seems calmer now. And I feel like the more calm you are, the more like you're more able to do more stuff, and I feel like him having a actual wide receiver, not Debo Samuel that played at RB. He had two running backs on that. He's not 10. Let's be honest. He had two top running backs. Now he has a Devontae. He has three wide receivers. Hopefully, three wide receivers that can actually catch a ball without fumbling. Hopefully, I probably jinxed that. But man, I just really want Jacobs to come back so then he's not forced. He's not forced to clutch, like by himself.
I hear you. Because that's true. Jacobs was he took the pressure off of Carr a lot, and that is what you're hoping that Jimmy Garoppolo could get. Let's dive more into the notes, man. Let's move on. Moving on, we talked about the defense a little bit. Here's some more notes. A really nice back-to-back guard, Dylan Parham. I was hearing really good things about Dylan Parham, that he is moving bodies. And Jimmy Garoppolo even said that he is not afraid to get dirty, that guy is playing mean. He is versatile. He can play at any position. And he is moving men. He's moving grown men off of their feet. And for the most part, the entire line, he said as a unit, they're keeping that pocket clean. And I also heard that too. Hearing that, Nate, and all the trash that the offensive line was getting, are you buying into that this offensive line is going to be top 10 come mid-season?
For me, I don't think they would be top 10, but I would still see them being on a rise to where they would. I still see them improving. I do see I do see the offensive line growing to from what they are now. You know what? I hope that like one day Mumford can actually get that starting position, and then hopefully like I don't know but hopefully it grows to be a good improvement over time. I don't know about top 10, but I can see them improving.
I like that. Sean, bro, I'm getting it. It's funny because I'm right on it too. So this happened. Also, Max and Chandler both worked spin moves on the 49ers linemen. They said the spin moves really did work really well. And then also Raiders Van Broten, he was a bully and he gotta love it. He hit a 49er defensive lineman with a throat shot when he was blocking. Yeah, like I'm like, bro, did he karate chop this man? Like just wah, just wah, wah, like I'm like, bro, that's gross. But I see that, man, and that's a 15-yard penalty come regular season.
Yeah, they catching that from outside the stadium. Like, hey, penalty, give it to me, bro. You gonna see yellow flags being thrown from outside of the stadium going inside. Like I'm weak.
bro.
Like
For
you gonna see terrible towels on the field.
oh hell no, bro. Um, also from the bro, a lot of defensive notes. I love it, man. Lots of wins for Chandler Jones in the one-on-ones. He looks quicker, he's more agile off the line, and he beats 49ers tackles with finesse on 3 straight reps. Kuntz and Tillery have looked good in these one-on-one drills, and rookie Nesta Jade Silvera has as well. Powerful. Max Crosby calls Nate a dog and says he plays violent. So, man, Nate, it looks like it looks like
Yeah,
Nate, you're playing like a dog. It looks like you're playing nasty, bro. You're playing violent. I
I'm
mean,
trying to get paid. You know what I'm
bro, it's
saying?
crazy. But on the real, bro, this defensive line is playing like Max Crosby said it best. They're playing to get after it. And we already know they're getting after the quarterback. They want to create the pressure. They heard the media. This Raiders defense cannot create pressure. They cannot create, they can't be disruptive. They can't cause turnovers. They can't get, bro, they only had, I believe, 23 sacks last season. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, bro, they had 23 sacks in 17 games. That is 1.3, that is 1.4 sacks a game.
Yeah, that's like
1.4.
That
Bro,
is not
like,
fun to watch.
Like, telling you, man, like, put me against the Raiders defensive pass. I have a steak dinner, got my mashed potatoes, got some gravy. I got me, a little bit, maybe, a little bit of juice. Got me a nice dinner. But I eat that entire dinner and still find a wide open, a wide receiver that's open.
Bruh.
And I guarantee, and the thing is why I like Max Crosby's taking this personally. He's taking this personally because he also said, Sean, that he's tired of this defense being called trash. He is tired of this defense being called trash. Now, Nate, you play defensive end, man. If you hear that, your defense is being called trash for years, going into the following offseason, and you're seeing the defense, how they're working, and how you're kind of liking what you see.
Mhm.
Would you open up about that? Like, would it eat at you that the defense is getting called trash? And I
Yeah,
would say this,
because
and it's trash. Like, the defense is trash. But
yeah,
does it eat at you more that the media people are saying, yeah, you guys are trash?
I mean, yeah, and the biggest reason why is because he's the captain, he's the head of the defense, and he knows that he has to lead the defense to not being trash. So the fact that he's getting mad and the fact that I would get mad is because I would care. I wouldn't just be like, well, it's gonna take some time. No, I'm gonna be like, nah, bro, like I'm gonna get these guys. I'm gonna get these guys ready. I'm gonna like this defense is gonna make some plays, get some turnovers. You feel me? We're working towards that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm working hard.
Creating that identity.
Yeah. Just making yourself as a leader to to make that defense better and to show the people doubting that to not mess with us because what I'm saying that Raiders defense was crazy.
Hey, it's looking scary and like scary good. Shout
Yes,
out to
sir.
Sean Johnson. He says that Nesty Jade Silvera guy is our 7th round nose tackle, and he is making a name for himself out there very strong. And like I said, 7th round, man, and he's making noise out of camp. There is times in the past drafts that we draft guys late in rounds and you don't hear one word out of them. Yet we're hearing stuff about Trey Tucker, Nesta Jade. We heard stuff about Zamir, and Zamir in last year's draft, he went, I think, towards the 4th round. You got late round guys making a name for themselves, and that's just gonna lead when you got young guys that have chips on their shoulders and they got things to prove. That is very, very scary for the rest of the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, shoot. This draft class is draft class though. If things go right, man, that shift from last year's draft class or the year before, whatever, to this, oh shoot, I'm liking this. I'm liking this.
Some more notes, guys, from the joint practice. 49ers defensive line got the best of the Raiders offensive line during one-on-one drills as well. Colton Miller, Andre James, and McLennan Curtis held up well though. Goal line period, quarterback Brock Purdy threw a goal slant to Ayuk, but it was dropped. Cornerback Duke Shelley, he picked off Brock Purdy, and he had a nice day. Been around the ball a lot. Purdy had that touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey, and this was coming out of the practice, and it seems like that was the Niners' best play of the day. Was a 7-yard pass, to Christian McCaffrey up the sideline. Like, bro, when that is your best play of the day, I mean, let's give some credit to this Raiders defense.
Oh,
you know, they came out ready to play.
Yeah. They heard, oh shoot, Max Crosby does not like what he's hearing. Come on. You feel me? And Peters is on that too because he's that dog. He's got that dog in him.
Speaking of Marcus Peters, he had a pick too today.
Man.
He had an interception too today.
It's just like nice to just like have that person like on Madden where you just like want to just get a pick in every single game. It's just like so cool looking. And like for that to happen in real life, like that's the guy where you expect to just come out of nowhere like, yeah, I don't know, and just grab that like a dog. It's fire.
Facts, man, facts. Niners quarterback Sam Darnold in with the second team for a goal line. He overthrows a wide receiver in the end zone on 3rd and long to running back Abdullah was still money. Jimmy also orchestrated a nearly flawless 11-on-11 2-minute drill down the field against the 49ers first team defense, going 4 for 4 on final throws to Hooper for 10 yards, not Michael Mayer, Jacoby Myers for 10 yards, Hunter Renfrow for 15 yards, and finally a threading the needle type pass between two Niners defenders to Austin Hooper for a 20-yard diving touchdown. Garoppolo hit Jacoby Myers to convert a 4th down earlier in the drive. And then when backup quarterback Brian Hoyer came in, he threw a pick 6. So hopefully Brian Hoyer does not ever see the field. I'm hoping. Yeah. Niners quarterback Trey Lance had 2 fumble snaps. He did have a couple of nice throws as well. He moved the ball at the end of practice, but a lot of the drops from the Niners receivers. A mini scuffle did Barstow. It was Raiders' Nate Hobbs. He took exception to a block from Jaquan Jennings, and he took a swipe at him, but it was broken up quickly. So, Nate, what is your notes? You got all the notes. You got the offense moving the ball against the Niners' defense. Excellent 2-minute drive, if you ask me. But yeah. Let's talk about this let's go back to this defense, man. And yes, Sean brought that up too. Yeah, Trayvon Merrick did have an interception also today. But let's talk about this defense also. As we heard, the Niners wide receivers had a lot of drop passes. So did the defense play good, or was it just the Niners wide receivers dropping passes out there? What is your opinion on that? Do you think it was a tell of both sides, or do you think this defense possibly got in the heads of those wide receivers also?
I mean, shoot, like, I'll never be a 49er, but going into Raiders territory, heck yeah, that's making me shiver in timber. Those three. Bro, we know how, everybody knows that they never like the Raiders because we're so violent, and you know that anything goes wrong, it's not going to get any better. So, they had butters on them hands like 24/7 because they were just that scared, you know what I'm saying? They were just that scared to like just pull up.
Yeah, and it's uncharacteristic for guys like Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. You got those two guys at the wide receiver position, and even Jaquan Jennings, who he's a pretty good slot receiver for them, a third wide receiver for them. And man, like, they're dropping passes out there. That's uncharacteristic by them. But I could care less because that is not
Right?
my team. The standouts from day one of joints with the 49ers, quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, cornerback Duke Shelley, tight end Austin Hooper, wide receiver Jacoby Myers, and here's a sneaky one, cornerback Amik Robertson. And let's talk about Amik Robertson real quick. This is a guy coming into the 2023 season. Bro, I just sounded like Chris Collinsworth right there. You know what? Let me. Now, here's a guy who's coming in to the 2023 season who was number 3 on the Raiders cornerback depth chart last season, really played a lot of snaps for the Raiders. He showed inconsistencies. He had strides to have good games. He had good plays made, but then he'll give up a big play. This is a guy coming into the Raiders depth chart. I believe he is 5th in the Raiders depth chart.
Yeah.
But he made a name for himself today. I want to ask you, Nate, do you think Amik Robertson is making this team, though? Given the talent that we have in that cornerback room. You got Marcus Peters, Nate Hobbs, Duke Shelley, Brandon Faison. You got Jacorian Bennett, who's also making a name for himself. That seems he's going to get the starting role next to Peters on the outside. Does Amik Robertson make this team?
Man, like, it's pretty obvious, man. Like, he knows, just as we know, the cornerback, with the additions, the cornerback room got scarier for them, deeper depths of the position. And he knows that, and that's why he's, putting it all out on the field, and I applaud him for that, man. Like he's actually showing like who he's trying to be, and I hope he just does that like constantly, not just like in practice. But man, like I mean, I hope, because he's doing good, man. Maybe we get the best out of him. Maybe he's just going all out, because everybody knows he's fighting for his job right now. So
Yeah, he is.
like, and the fact that, I mean, hopefully, maybe if he does make it, then he continues. Hopefully, but yeah.
Yeah. And bro, Sean, I forgot about Sam Webb, man. Like Sean said here, it's gonna come down to Brandon Faison, Sam Webb, Tyler Hall, and the Meek for that last slot. Love the competition. And it was crazy, man. I wouldn't be mad if any of those four guys was like working the final slot next to Nate Hobbs. I wouldn't be upset, and that's what's crazy. Like, all 4 of these guys have potential to be a star at that respective position. Now, yes, maybe not as a starter, like playing the outside, but going against like a 3rd string wide receiver or 4th string wide receiver, I take any of these guys. They all got that fight in them. They all got the heart. Sunday. The thing is, Sunday, and I said this, Nate, when we talked about it with our Niner friend. I'm not looking at a win or a loss. I'm just looking at our depth, like talent, our young guys. Like, that's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the final score, because, bro, our second stringers could go out there and we could score 20-0. Then our third stringers go out there and shit the bed. And it's like, the final score is not going to tell that, hey, bro, we just subbed in our players, because, bro, that's what preseason is for. It's not so much, hey, win or lose. It's more about, hey, let's see what we got in these young guys. Let's see what we got in our depth pieces. And that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Also, we got more notes, and I love it. Rookie quarterback Aiden O'Connell, he went 5 for 7 during 11-on-11 team period versus the 49ers. He had a completion to Christian Wilkerson, to Jesper Horsted, and DeAndre Carter. And then he hit Sincere McCormick 2 times. Quarterback Brock Purdy and the 49ers offense did not score on their 2-minute drill. Neither did quarterback Trey Lance and the 49ers second team offense. Amik Robertson ended it for the Niners offense with a pass breakup in the end zone. Good day for Amik overall, and he made a couple of nice plays. Niners quarterback Trey Lance, he had a strike over the middle, but it was dropped by the wide receiver. He had a deep pass to rookie wide receiver to wide receiver Gray, but it was overthrow, and it looked like Gray just stopped running. Lance throws a heater on a dirt curl for a gain. He did throw a dime in the back of the end zone, but the wide receiver dropped it. Raiders first team, man, bro. Niners fans, bro, I'll be worried about
Yo,
y'all.
they need to like do some
Damn,
pedicure or something. Like you
drop
guys got the money,
off.
bro. Do something with your hands.
Hey,
You guys got
bro.
the money.
Hey, Nate, it's all in here, bro.
Like,
Raiders in
yeah,
their mind, bro.
they
Raiders are in
is.
their mind.
It's bro. They're like, oh,
And you know what's funny, bro? I posted this over my social media, trying to get some Niners fan in here, and of course, bro, they don't want to talk about it.
nah,
Won't
nah,
talk about it.
nah.
Hey, if you guys do come, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. So like by the time we're done by the year, you'll be Raiders fans.
Bro, facts. Bro, come to the dark side. Raiders first team defense got a stop to end practice. The defense showed today what they've been showing all camp. Both teams made some plays, but the Raiders won the day over the 49ers. That is the key statement. Raiders first team defense got a stop to end the practice. The defense showed today what they've been showing all camp. And this goes back to what we said earlier. Do we believe in the hype of this defense, or is it all smoke and mirrors? But when you get a tweet like that the defense has been showing what they've been showing all offseason long against another team, and it's not our own offense, it is another offense. It is their first team offense and their second team offense, and both offenses couldn't do nothing. What is like, Nate, are you hyped on this? I mean, like I said, you're a defensive guy.
Yeah.
Are you excited for this defense come Sunday and then even for the regular season?
Bro, I'm excited to see a defense regardless. Like, yo, I was like kind of hyped watching the Patriots game after that one interception after like the third play. I was like, or yeah, if you guys didn't, I mean, I watched like the first quarter, so. But I mean, it's football. Let's be honest. Like, was everybody like? But yeah, I'm excited to see a good defense. I mean, I feel like everybody's excited because I feel like defenses actually can change the game more than an offense if they're that good.
Yeah.
Like I can see the like to be honest, I can see last year's 49er defense only holding Patrick Mahomes to like 15 points.
Okay. I mean, their
Like
defense
that's
is
crazy.
dogs. That's the thing. The Niners' defense is dogs. They got a bunch of dogs back there. But
Yeah.
let's go to the Broncos real quick. They had a number 2 ranked defense all year, and yet, like, they had the 32nd offense in the league. I forgot their record because I'm not a Broncos fan, but bro, they shit the bed last season. It just goes to show that, yeah, we can. This defense that we're getting, man, it can be a great defense, but I still want that offense to click. And if that offense can click in the red zone, bro, it's gonna be over. Sean says Hondo Carpenter said that he's like the realest beat writer. He tells the truth. He's not a Raider fan, no bias. He tells 100 honest truth. And Sean, I follow Hondo Carpenter on it's called X now. It's not even Twitter anymore, but you know what it is. For that reason, Hondo, ever since the article he came out with in regards to what went wrong with the 2022 Raiders, Hondo keeps it real. He does not sugarcoat anything, and I read everything that he posts because for that reason, he keeps it real. Right now, also who did not practice during the joint practice, we know Josh Jacobs didn't practice. Man, I want him back. Man, I want him back so bad. Chris Lacey, wide receiver Chris Lacey, tight end Michael Mayer missing practice yet again. I believe this is his third straight day missing practice. Tight end Jesper Horsted, Darius Harris. We just signed him. I don't know what the hell happened. David Long Jr., Brennan Faison still dealing with the leg injury, and Ika Brown, and also Tyree Wilson. They all did not practice today. So it was a total of 9 players. Yeah, Michael Mayer. Are you nervous about Michael Mayer not practicing for the third straight day? And then the numbers is right. We need another linebacker.
Yeah. Michael Mayer. No. Um, I feel like as a rookie, I mean, I feel like as a rookie, time goes like it feels like it's really. I mean, you have to take in a lot to be in the NFL. But as a rookie, I feel like it's a slow process getting into it, and I feel like I don't even know why he's not there, but I mean, I feel like he's gonna be back, and there shouldn't be no issue. Like, like he shouldn't have any issue. He's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Um,
feel like
I think I'm just worried because the thing is, think about what it is for this regime. You got Tyree Wilson, who's not on the practice field, and now you got your second round pick, Michael Mayer, who isn't on the practice field. Um, the
shouldn't they be?
Raiders had
Okay?
issues with drafting in the past. This is just gonna give fans and media, it's gonna give them the weapon to look at Ziegler and like he doesn't know how to draft either. It must be like a Raiders curse or something. And I'm not too worried on it, only because Michael Mayer was the top rated tight end. I know that doesn't mean anything, but when he's been out there on the practice field, he's been killing it. With Tyree
Right.
Wilson, we don't know what we're going to get with Tyree Wilson. With Michael Mayer, I believe he's showing us what he's going to give us, and he's going to give us a dog at the tight end position. Um,
Yeah. I heard
I
that
like,
they're gonna come back though. They're expected to come back before, you know, it goes.
yeah. No, that's what I was saying. I think 2 weeks from now, Tyree Wilson should be back,
Yeah.
and Michael Mayer should be back soon. Um, Sean Johnson, salute to him, man. He said he told me he said it before. He'll say it again. He said the days of Derek Carr tap dancing in the pocket, throwing interceptions in the red zone, running out of bounds, throwing out of bounds, back to back 3-and-out drives, taking sacks, or fumbling 90% of the time whenever there's any type of pressure or play breaks down are over. Now, I don't want to
It's
say that. I don't want to say that, but
hopefully.
I will say from what I heard from Andre James is that Jimmy Garoppolo has been commanding the pocket very, very well. And that Jimmy Garoppolo, he looks like he stands in the pocket. He's not he's not moving like how Carr had those happy feet. He's looking down the field and he's just zipping the ball. He is slinging it down the field, but he's working the pocket. He's helping his
Yeah.
blockers out, and that's all you can ask for. And I love hearing that. Sean Johnson says Anthony Barr, Rashaan Evans, Kyle Van Noy, they are your top 3 free agent targets left for us to sign. I'm taking Rashaan Evans from Atlanta. He's younger. He's better in the coverage. I've said this. I love Rashaan Evans, and I think this regime, Josh McDaniels, this coaching staff, they are going to see what they got in the young guys in preseason. But I wouldn't be surprised if they don't like what they see after that third final game. They may go out and get one of these guys. What do you think, Nate? Out of Anthony Barr, Rashaan Evans, Calvin Noy, who you taking?
You know what's funny? I only know the Calvin Noy guy just because of what the heck he wears on his jersey, like the giant crown that he wears. Like I don't know what that's for. Or is that another guy? Am I tripping right now?
You probably are. You slurping too many milkshakes, bro.
Where did Calvin Noy come from?
He played with the Chargers last season.
Yeah, I'm
Then
tripping.
he played with the Patriots the seasons before. He's good. You know, he knows this. He knows the coaching, like Josh
I might be
McDaniels
tripping.
and Ziegler. But the thing is, does Kyle Van Noy really fit Patrick Graham's scheme? I would feel Rashaan Evans fits the scheme more than Van Noy. And also, Evans is younger. And it seems, based off of what Max Crosby said in his presser, that, they want to get fast. Like I said, they want to fly to the ball. So, I mean, he is an older veteran. But I would just feel more comfortable with Rashaan Evans at the linebacker position. Raider Scorpio, says, hey, what do you guys want to see from the Raiders' first preseason game against the 49ers? And I tackled on this earlier in the show. I said, I want to see what our young bucks like Jacorian Bennett. I want to see what Aiden O'Connell has. I want to see what Zamir White has. I want to see the guys that we've been hearing in
Hold on.
camp.
I'll be back.
I want to hear what they got to go coming out of that preseason game. I want to see the depth that we have at the defensive line position. I want to see our linebacker room. I want to see the depth. I want to see the third string guys. I want to see the second string guys. I want to see guys that we believe may not even have a chance to make this roster, because that's what these preseason games are about. Because injuries happen. Guys are going to go down. And I want to see if that next man that comes in to fill that hole, if they can fill it. If we can trust that, you know what, because Super Bowl teams, the Chiefs, for example, it seems whatever guy they put in at that wide receiver position, because my goodness, guys, the Chiefs have a wide receiver injury crisis. It seems anytime they go trade for a wide receiver or they pick up a wide receiver on the streets, they go out and kill it still. Now, yes, Mahomes is a big part of that, but next man up mentality. And with the Raiders defense, if they can have that next man up mentality where you can put in a Malcolm Koonce, you can put in, sorry, I'm over here losing my train of thought. You can put in a Nesta J. Silvera. You can put in a Byron Young, and they're coming in and still balling. They're still creating pressure. You could put in a Sam Webb at the outside position. If the defense still holds, even in the offense, you could put in a Trey Tucker to fill in for Hunter Renfrow. God forbid he goes down. That's the guys I want to see, is our draft class and then even our UDFAs. Nate, who do you want? What are you looking for against the 49ers? What are you watching?
Specific for a person or just like in general?
Just in general. It don't have to be a specific player. It could be just in general.
Well, a specific person. Well, I mean, I guess in general. Obviously, you're looking at Aiden, Mister O. You know what I'm saying? And then the specific person I'm looking for is that I want to see who comes out the best looking out of the last cornerback spot that we talked about. Like, I want to see how Amik plays, because he's going off apparently, and I actually want to see it. And then I don't know, man. Like, I want to see the running backs. I want to see Zamir White. Yeah, I just want to see all the young people Amik's fair, but I just want to see all the young people that haven't gone. And then apparently Koonce had a day.
Yeah, Koonce did have a day. He did. And that's another guy who I was thinking, I'm like, this boy's about to get cut first round, no question. After I seen his presser, I'm like, this boy about to get cut. Like, he gonna get cut walking out the building. But apparently, he's showing a motor, and
that sucks.
He's not going away lightly. Shout out to the numbers. He says some Dakoters have the Saints playing in the Super Bowl. Carr winning in Vegas is a storyline.
Crazy.
I'm like, bro, the thing is, when did Derek Carr become a top 10 quarterback in the league?
Like, it's just because of all the pieces they have. Like, what the?
Okay, I'm. You know what? No, not turning this into a Saints show. But I would say this, and I'm not going to we're not going to answer it. But this is the question for those Dakoters: what do the Saints have that the Raiders didn't have? And you know what people are going to say? A defense, but that's not good enough for me, because the defense, yes, 30th ranked, but they didn't give up a lot of points. They kept the Raiders in a lot of ball games. Our offense, go watch the football games, you guys. Go watch the actual games. Our offense shit the bed when it mattered the most. Point blank, period. And that's about it. And
they're acting like Carr's coming out of the draft right now. Like, huh?
Yeah. Also, for those Raider fans that just want to talk. Nah, the numbers. This isn't to you, man. This isn't to you because I know where your heart's at, bro. You're a Raider fan through thin and thin. But for those Raider fans that are secretly Saints fans now, can you guys leave the nation and just go root for the Saints? Like, just go root for the Saints. Because I'm tired of going on social media and I'm seeing so-called Raider fans cheer on a guy who ain't even for the Raiders. Like
go. I hope you do good.
Guy that I rooted, that I was glad to get a ring with another team because Woodson deserved it. Woodson deserved it, but for a scrub like this guy, like Andy would say, no.
Bro, quoted, "Oh my gosh, you look good in that jersey. I hope you do good this year. After the 9 years that I've rooted for you,
I remember seeing that comment, bro.
Our Vegas never appreciated you. Let's go, Carr. Kissy face, kissy face, kissy face. Marriage ring, marriage ring."
Hey, guys, that's an actual comment from a Raider fan. On was it the Saints website or Derek Carr's?
It was Saints.
Yeah, because I remember you sending me that comment, and I was like, "Ain't no way, bro. This is from a Raiders fan." Like, the nation's weird, man. The nation's weird. It's a trip. It's a trip.
And then we had some other guy like, "We need him back in the Raiders." Like what? Like what? For what? For what?
I will say this. Shout out to Sean John. He said, "I'm excited for tomorrow, day 2, joint practice. If we do what we did today, oh boy," and that is true, man.
Oh my gosh. You know what you should do?
We got another joint practice tomorrow morning. After that joint practice is up, we are gonna go live for it. Nate, I don't know if you'll be available. Let me know. But we are gonna go live to talk about it. And yeah, if they do what they did today, that's gonna be a fun live.
You should send those screenshots that I sent you on the IG post. You should say, "There he is." I was gonna tell you to send him to Van City.
Bro, that was like perfect timing. That was like perfect timing, bro. Van City, bro. Nate was just talking about you, bro. He was just talking about you. He said, "Primo, how did today go? I haven't heard anything." So
he would have gone.
To sum it up, because we're over an hour. To sum it up, Raiders whooped that ass. Raiders whooped that ass on the Niners.
He would have.
Go rewatch the show, Van City, if you can. Appreciate it. And we are going to be back tomorrow, man. We are going to be back tomorrow. Also, Van City. Yeah, Nate's gonna send me some screenshots that I'm gonna send it to you because
you would have blown up in chat like a few
the nation's
seconds
weird,
ago.
man. The nation's weird. They just when I thought it couldn't get. No, I know you was fucking with me, but I want to say it because I know there's gonna be some Niner fans checking this live out,
so funny
and I want them to listen. Now we whoop they ass in practice, and I love it. bro, Raiders, bro. Jimmy Garoppolo's making my man Van City over here in tears, bro. He's seeing an actual quarterback. But Van City, your other favorite quarterback?
Oh no,
bro, the nation weird, man. I'm just gonna say that the nation is weird, bro. The nation's weird. The numbers won't end it here. He said they go based on the Super Bowl logo colors, Ravens versus Saints. Not letting another black quarterback winning it was hilarious for me too. I don't see that happening. I didn't even realize that the numbers. That's hella funny. We put 35 points on their defense was steady for real. Imagine if Jimmy Garoppolo play. Ben Seed already knows. But yeah, you guys. Raider Nate, salute to my primo. Thank you for pulling up, man. Yeah, Raider man. Ed here, guys. On the way out, if you guys are not subscribed, which I think half of you guys are, there's only 70 y'all in the chat. That's fine. We do 7, we do 8. Raiders Primos is still gonna be cooking.
We do 0.
You guys, we are 42 subscribers away from 400. So please, guys, man, if you guys got cousins, friends, family, girlfriends, side girlfriends, ex-girlfriends, I don't know, just. If there's a human being that's breathing that loves football, loves Raiders, share this content with them because we're going to drop a video tomorrow, and we are coming out on Saturday discussing fantasy football. If you know anybody that loves to play fantasy football, we are talking Raiders edition fantasy
Let's go.
football on Saturday. So, guys, y'all don't want to miss these next shows that are coming up. Hit that bell, hit the like on the way out, spread it like wildfire. Let's get up to 400 before this first preseason game. I think we can do that. Let's spread it like wildfire. Let's get to 400. I love y'all so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Real quick, ending it here. I like the Jimmy Garoppolo storyline. Just like Jim Plunkett, drafted by the Patriots and traded to the 49ers and signed by Raiders, just like Jimmy. If Jimmy Garoppolo wins us a Super Bowl, storybook.
I'm laughing in the Niners' face.
No, that, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm crying on the live.
Bruh. Like, not gonna lie though, that would be crazy.
Raider Scorpion said, wait, should we worry about Jimmy G's accuracy or be excited about our defense? Raider Scorpio, really quick, I'm going to say excited about our defense because there's been videos, there's been reports that Jimmy Garoppolo's accuracy is not a problem. It is more about the defense jumping the ball, making plays, reading the eyes of the quarterback, and the defense did it today against the 49ers offense that's pretty good. So I'm not too much worried about Jimmy G's accuracy. I am more excited about this defense. Nate, what is your answer to this?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm excited about the defense, like, for the fact that they're taking effect off of the accuracy or whatever he has,
like freebie interceptions. It's
Yeah,
like they're actually making plays.
And people make mistakes up on regular games too, like, and that's what I want to see, them taking advantage of people's mistakes if the ball is thrown off, away, above, below, so I mean, I'm proud of it, proud of the defense.
Well, salute to the nation, man. Yeah, we are over an hour and 15. We appreciate everyone that pulled up, everyone that was rocking with us the entire night. Guys, we are going to be back tomorrow morning. I know a lot of our brothers like Graf, Wasted. I know even Hammer. I know they got lives going on in the morning. So yeah, we're gonna try to squeeze in. Try not to go live at the same time as them because I know I want to tune in too because bro, they be talking some fire content over there. So yes, so just stay tuned. Hit that bell so you guys can be notified when we go live. We are going live tomorrow. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like on the way out, and hit that bell so you guys will know when we are gonna go live. Also for Raider Scorpio, bro, let's let him hear it. Raider!